Good morning, everybody. I just had anxiety. It took me a minute to go live. Goodness, my hair. I always get on here and then see myself in camera and start fixing myself. We're going to talk about several different things this morning as soon as y'all get in here. Hey, Whiskey Gypsy and Sarah. How are y'all? It took, thank you, Whiskey Gypsy. I shouldn't have done the lipstick with the shirt, though. But when I put my makeup on, I wasn't sure what I was going to put on this morning. I actually have jeans on, and that upset my dogs because I'm always like in sweats and stuff. So when I put jeans and stuff on, they think I'm going somewhere. Cindy, Mandy, Patty, Mary, Lexus, Valerie, Christina. Morning, everybody. I got a habit of this now. That's like going to be my thing from now on. I had anxiety before I got ready to come on. Right when I got ready to go live, my heart started beating out of my chest. Good morning, Coffee Chat. It started beating out of my chest, and I was just like, I'm doing it anyway. I knew when I got on here and started talking that it would be okay, but I am nervous. So, see, and when I get nervous, I even forget what I put in my titles and what I'm going to do. That's why I put in the description, y'all. Please don't get mad at me. I put no mention of drama because it really, when I hear that name, I just, oh, God, I get so mad. I can't stand it. But anyways, yeah, it affects my memory. But, you know, I spent time with my son, and I always have a good time with him. And he calms me down, you know. He calms me down. So we was going to talk about Darlie and Savannah and story time. Good morning, Herbie and everybody. Good morning. If I missed anybody, I didn't mean to. So, you know, several people. Can y'all hear me good? Make sure. Mandy sent me these awesome earbuds. I've said it 100 times a few days back. And, okay, Mandy. And I'm still getting used to them. They're like professional stuff. It's like hook verse. You can do like music tracks with it and stuff. Okay, so several people have asked me about Darlie. And yes, I had checked my messages on Facebook, and Danny had messaged me, Darlie's friend and supporter. She visits her in prison. She came on the live stream. She had messaged me, oh gosh, and I didn't see it because I had, been messing with that messenger app trying to install. Anyways, she was telling me about it, but I had done seen it on Darlie's Facebook page. So, okay, Remy, I'll have to go check that out. I have to make a list of everything. I know if that seems crazy, but it's my memory right now. See, I still got groove bags somebody told me about to go look at. There's some shoes. So the Innocence Project, yeah, I will get back to my story. She had messaged me and told me about it. I done seen it on Facebook, but I did message her back. I haven't checked to see if she messaged me back yet, though. But I don't know much about the Innocence Project besides I bought that T-shirt from Will, and the money goes to that, all of it, for that T-shirt I had on. But it's like a group of lawyers that use DNA analysis to exonerate wrongfully convicted people. And it's usually indigent inmates, which, don't have money. I'm going to have to check out Remy's video. Is it cute, Sarah? Oh. But anyways, back to my story. I can't look at the chat or I'll get distracted. That's just the way I am. They have picked up her, and they are saying that Tom Bevel, the guy that did the DNA evidence about Darlie's nightshirt, the blood pattern, you know, stain pattern, Tom Bevel. And he had testified that the cast-off blood found on Darlie's, on the back of Darlie's nightshirt indicated that she had raised the knife over her head as she was stabbing each of the kids. Like, that's what he was trying to say, and the blood was coming back and getting on her shirt. But he also had done blood stain analysis for another guy named David Cam, who was a state trooper, and someone killed his wife and daughter, and he was wrongfully convicted, and he was in prison for 13 years, and he was exonerated. And the same guy, Tom Bevel, was involved in both cases, and he was wrong about David Cam. There was other bloodstain analysis people that said that, you know, they didn't agree with his findings. So, yeah, because one of them, I think it was Devin and Remy. The knife went all the way through him to the floor, messed up the floor. I've heard some people say that's not true, but I saw other people say that is true. I've got like the autopsy for the kids here on my Chromebook in the files. I read a little bit of it. I'm a bad true crime YouTuber, because I have a hard time reading things like that, you know, when it's involving children. Hey, make positivity louder. How are you? Hey, Carla. Meg. It's good to see you, Meg. And Carla Marie. She's sweet. She's really sweet. Dova. Is that how you say that? Dova? Dova for morning. Oh, that's a cute name. Remy. I am very, very suspicious of him, Darren. I mean, that news interview, I don't know. Maybe he was just defensive and trying to, you know, tell everybody what good parents they was, because everybody was attacking them in the media. I've also thought about that, but I always thought that he acted strange in that news interview too. Hey, Puss in Boots, I can see you now, honey. I have trouble seeing the chat. Using emoji, I can see it. Oh, thanks, Remy. I'm doing good. Make positively louder. I'm doing good. I had a little anxiety this morning, but it's passing. But, so, they have like Darlie's picture on their website. And on their website, it don't say Innocence Project. It says Investigating Innocence. It may say, but it's the same thing. That's probably just something they got on, I don't know. But they have this big, long thing. Let me see if I can pull it up. I have it in my files. And I'll read to y'all what they're saying. Y'all have to overlook my eyebrows. I messed them up. I'm trying to let them regrow out. Please don't make fun. Let me see if I can find it. No, we don't want Chris Watts' video. No. There it is. I noticed I can see better when that's pushed back. I never did go get my glasses the other day. Forgot about it. I can't see the chat, guys, because I got my files open. Okay, so here they have it's Investigating Innocence, and they have different cases on there you can look at. But here's Darlie's. I'm gonna read it. to you guys. It says, Darlie Routier. Like the case of David Cam, who finally exonerated after serving 13 years in prison, Darlie Routier was accused and convicted of the brutal murders of her two precious children, based solely on controversial forensic evidence known as bloodstain pattern analysis. She suffered the trauma of having been awakened by an intruder who slit her throat. This unknown assailant also stabbed her two boys sleeping next to her. Darlie's 911 call is chilling and horrific. Stricken with panic, fear, and the shock of having to watch the life drain out of the bodies of her two small boys, she nearly bled to death waiting for help to arrive. And to make matters worse, she was tried, convicted, and sentenced to death based on the testimony of Tom Bevel, a hired bloodstain pattern expert. Bevel testified that he magnified small patterns of stains on the mother's nightshirt that he interpreted as cast-off patterns, which to him suggested that it was the mother who wielded the knife that killed her two children. Bevel was the same bloodstain expert who was responsible for the wrongful conviction of David Cam. Cam, a 10-year veteran of the Indiana State Police, was acquitted and set free on October 24, 2013, after spending 13 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. A reconstruction of the crime scene, including a palm print and DNA, proved that the murder of his wife and two children was committed by a career criminal who was motivated by shoe fetish. Bevel interpreted 8 tiny drops of blood on Cam's t-shirt and concluded these were created by high-velocity impact splatter from having fired the gun that killed his family. Some of the most respected bloodstain analysis in the county came to a different conclusion, that these stains were transferred from the hairs of his daughter when David attempted CPR on his son. Let's see what else. Bloodstain scientists Terry Labor and Bart Epstein, who assisted with the defense of David Cam, were hired by Darlie Routier's public defenders. They analyzed the bloodstains interpretations of Bevel and came to a different conclusion about these patterns. They provided a favorable report to her defense attorneys. However, the testimony of the prosecution's bloodstain expert, Tom Bevel, went unchallenged. A private attorney was hired by Darlie's family a month before the trial and failed to call Labor or Epstein. He told the family he thought he could handle this through his cross-examination of Bevel. The attorney kept the retainer for himself, spared the family the expense of flying the experts to Dallas. Darlie's case is very similar to another mother who was wrongfully convicted of stabbing her 10-year-old son on October 13, 1987 in Lawrenceville, Illinois. Julie, I guess it's Ray, was awakened at 4 a.m. to the sound of her son's scream. When she rushed to his room across the hall, in the dark of the night, she collided with a child serial killer, Tommy Lynn Sells. He dropped the knife, let me scroll down, on the floor and began beating her with his fist despite physical injuries, including a gash on her arm, a black eye, bruises, and abrasions. Julie became the prime suspect. She was charged with capital murder 3 years later after the elected prosecutor who resisted pressure to resist her left office. A prosecutor hired bloodstain expert Rodney Engler, who examined Julie's nightshirt and found that he interpreted as evidence of cast-off. After she was convicted in March of 2002, true crime author Diane Fanning published Through the Window. So there are a lot of people. Let me get out of here. Get back in the chat. So there are a lot of people that have been wrongfully convicted. Now, this doesn't mean that she's innocent, but this does mean, based on what I'm reading, that she deserves a new trial before they take someone's life. Hey, Sandy. I know, Copper Chat. I know. Sometimes I think she didn't do it. Sometimes I do. Hey, Leanne. How you been? I haven't seen you forever, it feels like. Hearts. Okay. So, what do y'all think? I wait for y'all's response. Do y'all think that Darlie's innocent or guilty? Do you think she deserves a new trial? And there's no judgment. We all can have an opinion. Y'all know that. Hey, Juror 13. Valerie here. I didn't see Valerie Winky. Hey, everybody, if I missed anybody. I forget who I say hi to. That's bad. That's how my memory's got. So if I say hi to you twice, just overlook it because my memory. I'm starting to get back to normal. You think she deserves it, Mandy? Juror 13 thinks she's guilty. Remy thinks she's guilty, but Darren had a part in it. Carla, that is exactly what I think too. Exactly. I think that he knows more than he says. Exactly. I believe that 100%. Hi, Love Hollister. Leanne thinks she's guilty. So much evidence against her. What gets me with the evidence is this guy. He was wrong in that David Cam case and sent that man to prison. What if he's wrong in this one? You know? Yeah, I agree with you, Coffee Chat. Killing someone, stabbing someone is personal. That is very personal when you kill someone like that. It's usually someone close to you, you know, when that happens. I'm good, Love Hollister. I just saw that comment. I'm good. I had a little anxiety right when I start ready to go live. I can't even talk. Go live. But it's leaving me as I'm talking. So. Oh, Christina, I will definitely say a prayer for you. I'm so sorry to hear about the loss of your son. Oh, my goodness. I have a son. I only have one, and oh, my goodness, honey, my heart goes out to you. Hey, Tiva. I used to know how to pronounce it right, girl, but my memory's been messing with me. I'm going to write Christine's name down. If anybody else wants me to say a prayer for them, they can tell me. Get my new sheet here. We used to do this in my church. I grew up in church. We had a prayer list we'd write on. Everybody's name. Christina. Bless your heart, honey. If you need us, just email me. I don't care to talk with you. I have Google Hangouts. I have Zoom. My heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, we all support you, girl. Hearts. I'm just going to write everybody's name real quick. If I can. Hey, Bad. How are you? Got your name. Okay. I know I'll be adding to it. Earl, are you going to bed, Winky? I was writing, not paying attention to the chat. Oh, thank you, Winky, so much. Oh, I hate moving. It is exhausting, Winky. It is. I put your name on here, didn't I? Yeah, I will. Good night, sweetie. We love you. Thank you. Cindy. There's Cindy. Put her on my list. Cindy. We all have hard times, don't we? We have to go through, and we've all lost people that we love. It's hard. But I think talking with one another, it helps where we can identify with one another. Okay, let me get back to my topics here. Now, we're going to talk about Savannah Spurlock. Now, y'all may or may not have heard about this, but they searched a cave. They searched a cave. I'm going to read you what it says. It says, 911 call sends crews to search cave in Savannah Spurlock case, but found nothing. Lancaster, Kentucky, WKYT. 911 call sent Garrett County Police Emergency Management and Camp Dickfire to a cave Saturday night. That's a weird name, isn't it? Camp Dickfire. To a cave Saturday night, searching for clues in connection to the disappearance of Savannah Spurlock. According to the Garrett County Emergency Management, some hikers found the cave entrance and thought they saw a suspicious-looking plastic bag with what appeared to be part of a shoe nearby. The hikers called 911 and alerted authorities to what they saw, bringing several crews out to check the area. Kentucky State Police and Richmond detectives assisted in the search, which involved lowering a crew member of the Camp Dick Rescue Squad by a rope into a tight cavern. Investigators report that they did find debris in the cave, but nothing that had anything to do with the disappearance of Savannah. Oh my goodness! Yes, it's Camp Dickfire. I swear. You see it? I think it's Camp Dickfire. That's what I said. That's a strange name. I thought I was reading it wrong at first. So, I bet, I'd hate to be her family. Imagine what's going through their minds. Skylar, you better not. Oh my gosh, please don't let my dog start barking. I think my neighbor started his truck, and she thinks that's her daddy coming home. That dog is ruined, I'm telling you. Oh, bye, Coffee Chat. Give the grandbaby a kiss from me. It's so cute. It's actually talking about you this morning because my hubby has a grandbaby, and he loves him. He's attached to him, and the baby's attached to him. And I was telling him about your grandbaby won't go to sleep without you. I think that's so sweet. It's so great y'all are that close. Anyways, girl, let you go. We love you. Anyways, back to Savannah. I digress a lot. It's my new favorite word. Digress. I had no idea what it meant until I looked it up. There was another YouTuber that does reviews of 90 Day Fiance show. It's called Auntie's Advice. Oh my gosh, she is so funny. I love Auntie. And she always says, I digress. And one day I was like, what does that mean? So I just looked it up. Anyways, I talk about dumb stuff, don't I? I'm sorry. Back to Savannah. I can't imagine how her family feels. And I saw on True Crime Truth Finders, the house that they recently searched, I guess it was last week, she had pictures of the inside of the house on her channel. And I thought that was very interesting. Skylar, no. Oh, my goodness. Here's another story. Yeah, I'm sorry. She cries in the background. And these these hook earbuds, they pick it up really loud. They even pick up my little aquarium. The mic's really good. I was trying to see what else they was saying about her. It just says the same thing. What has happened to this girl? I mean, you just don't vanish. She did not walk away from her life. And I watch another woman's videos, and she rides around, searching for Savannah. She must live nearby, just riding around the area and stuff, filming. And I just don't think that girl was 40 or 50 miles from home and walked out that country road in a pair of, I call them stilettos. They were pretty high heels, no jacket, skirt on. Her wallet was in her mom's car. Her phone was turned off. She did have her purse with her, but her wallet wasn't in it, you know. The only way she would have left that house on foot is if she had got mad about something, you know, thought it was a bad situation, and they wouldn't take her back. Oh, no, Valerie, but thanks for telling me about that, because I love to learn new words. Even before I started YouTube, I would tell my hubby, the word of the day is, or the word of the week. So is there something, I bet there's an app or something. I always just Google it. No, I don't have one though. When I was little, I was a bookworm. You know, I loved learning things, history, anything, you know, and I'm still like that. Oh, thank you, Love Hollister. Hey, Melanie, how are you? I was just talking about you too this morning with my hubby. I was telling him about, you know, your art and stuff. You should do, I was going to tell you, I replied to you in the email, told you should do tutorials on how to do that artwork. You don't have to be in it. You could point like the camera towards just the art and you just have like your hand. There's different ways to do it. Oh, Christina, you're welcome. My heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. I hate hearing things like that. I can't imagine. I can't imagine going through that, you know. Like I said yesterday, I had a friend that lost her son and it has destroyed her. She has other children too, but I just asked my mom about her yesterday because I told her I'd mentioned her on here. And I said, have you seen her? She said, when I see her, she's just, you know, when she's in the store, she don't speak to my mom, hug her. She don't speak to nobody. She's in another world. Hey, Josette. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I lost my grandfather to suicide, and the guy I was dating to suicide. But I'm saying it's a whole nother ball game when it's your child. I remember how my papa's mother reacted when she found out he had committed suicide. She was sitting on the porch, on my Mama Lesty's porch. They called her Lesty, but her name was Celeste, like mine. So she was sitting on my Mama Lesty's porch. And see, that morning, my papa walked out of the hospital. And they notified my granny, and she walked, you know, picked him up. He was all halfway down the mountain. Hey, Carla. Thank you so much. You look lovely today. Thank you. Anyways, he come home, and he came up to my house and asked for a gun. I said, we don't have any, Papa. And I knew something was wrong because I was going to go see him in the hospital that day. And when I went down there, he was sitting on top of the picnic table, and he just looked, his eyes was the bluest I've ever seen them in my life. And glassy. I've never seen eyes like that before in my life. I said, "Has Granny got breakfast fixed?" He said, "Nope," like that. Instead of no, he'd say, "Nope." And so by the time I got to the door, he left. Well, he went to our local lake and committed suicide. But anyways, I had run down to my uncle's house because we all lived around each other, you know. And seemed like it wasn't no time. And I had went over to my Mama Lesty's house, and my Mama Lizzie was sitting there. And when they pulled in and they come and told her, she started screaming. She said, "Oh, I can't stand the thoughts of outliving my son. I'll never forget it." I'm sorry, y'all. I get off topic and start telling stories. I can't help it. Yeah. Yeah. It was bad. Thank you, Carla, so much for the super chat. She always says nice comments. I like you. I like the way you roll, girl. Yeah. Yeah, and see, my papa, he was my everything. I stayed with him all the time. We went to revivals together, and I'll give you a little bit of history about him. He was born in the 30s, and he grew up poor. He only went to the 3rd grade because he had to go to work, and most of the time he worked away from here. And he was a moonshiner. He made moonshine. And lots of moonshine, and would go on big runs and stuff up to West Virginia. And he got caught doing that, and they sent him to prison. My mom was the baby, I guess. And my granny, and they sent him to Alabama, and he had to work in the cotton field. Hey, Shug. I didn't. Did I get back to you, Shug? I don't know, because I've been having nerve problems. If I didn't, I'm sorry. My memory's been affected. See, I lost my train of thought. But okay, she kept writing the governor in Alabama, and she told me when he was in prison, her electric bill was $3, and she didn't have the money to pay it. We are in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, very poor place. But anyways, he got out, and he was an alcoholic, and he had been in psychiatric wards. They had diagnosed him as being a paranoid schizophrenic. He would try to go to church and stuff, but when he was off his medicine, he would see demons and stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's all right, Beth. Yeah, Shug, if I didn't, I'm sorry, Shug, if I didn't get back to you. That crap that happened, man, it's had me so tore up. So if I've not responded to anybody, please don't get mad at me. I didn't do it intentionally. I cannot remember anything. And I've been looking into how stress and stuff affects your memory. I can't remember anything. My man told me something this morning, and 2 minutes later, I said, "You going to work? Y'all go to work today? Did y'all get a job?" And he said, "I just told you." Say, "Oh, I did? Okay. See, I can't remember. That's how bad it's got. Okay, thank God that I did." Thank God. Yes, just said it does. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, I got another good book coming. It's got devotionals in it. I was hoping that, what is her name? Patricia would be in the chat this morning. I was going to tell her something that could help her. Yes, Ebaz, it does. You could tell it's really, really affected me. Even my son said that. Yeah. He's like, "Mom, you need to relax." I said, "I know." He does calm me down, though. I tried to stay off. I've been trying to stay off YouTube unless it's people I like to watch. Yes, Shug. I haven't had a nerve. I've had little episodes, but I haven't had a problem like this since I went through that suicide. You know. Um, and I looked yesterday back on my videos, and that's how it's been 3 weeks. Not 2. I thought it was 2. It's been going on 3 weeks. So, I'm trying to get back to normal, y'all. Do my videos. Does it, Mandy? You have the manic episodes too? The burned out bush. Yeah, I do watch UFC sometimes with my hubby. The burnout bunch. The burnout bunch. That's a cool name. Yeah, Valerie. And I also, when I was doing my little videos during this, my little pre-recorded videos, my voiceover, I could hear how hard I was breathing. The microphone picks it up. I breathe hard anyways, but yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. Oh, really, Mel Mel? Yeah. So Carly, you go through it too. Yeah. I feel for anybody that has mania. I mean, it's like you're just, I just go back and forth through the house. My hubby bought me candy because I'll smoke a cigarette. And as soon as I put it out, I want another. So I've been eating my favorite candies, butterscotch. I've been helping. Hey, Shug, I used to meditate. I need to get back to it. I'm subscribed to a bunch of meditation channels. Yeah, so I'm not into that. When it really starts affecting people's real lives outside of YouTube, that is too far. I don't know. I'm going to put up with it. Oh, now, Carla, I better watch my candy sucking here because my mic will pick it up. What was I going to say? When I got ready to go live this morning, when I got ready to click on the live button, my heart started beating out of my chest, and I got really, really nervous. Yeah. Okay. So we're going on 35 minutes. I try to limit myself to an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. I want to tell y'all what's been happening. Okay, so I told y'all a story about my papa. Okay, he committed suicide. Then my boyfriend committed suicide in front of me after we got in an argument one day. I had the door halfway open when it happened, coming back through, so I saw him pick up that gun. But anyways, I've always had paranormal experiences ever since I was little, and I really didn't have any when I was an adult until that suicide. So I've always had little things happen around here, and it always seems like when I've been upset and been manic, things will start falling, like off my mantle in there. And just one day, me and my son was in the kitchen, and I had some rice in a container, and it had been in there forever. I had it in that container because I dropped my phone in the toilet. I told you I dropped it 2 or 3 times. So I dropped my phone out with it. It had been there for a long time. It was on top of the refrigerator. One day I walked to the refrigerator. Oh, hush, Skylar. I walked to the refrigerator, and I was walking back. All of a sudden, that rice goes, the lid just burst off of it. This was dry rice and everything. Then, for a long time, every time I would touch glass, it would break. Yeah, one day I got this globe down. My light had been blowed for months. And I was just lightly touching it, and it just goes like that. And then I had a glass do the same thing, and my hubby witnessed this. Well, one day I was in there vacuuming. I used a shop vac. I was down like this, and I saw something go like that, and I raised up. I was at the door. I get scared easy anyways. I cut the vacuum cleaner off, and I was like, oh, that's just your imagination, because sometimes I do scare myself. So I bent down, and I was vacuuming again, and I saw this shadow thing go like that. I swear, I have saw a shadow thing in here several times in the kitchen and stuff. And anyways, yesterday, I had my Chromebook closed. It was on charge, and I took my phone and was charging my phone through my Chromebook. I had no apps open on my phone. I closed them all out and stuff when I charged my phone, because my phone's crappy anyways. Me and my son was in the living room. This was on the counter. My phone was laying on top of it. That phone turned on and went to a YouTube channel. I looked at Timothy. I said, how did that happen? He said, do you have a video playing, Mom? I said, no. And by the time I got over there, it turned off, and it wasn't in the screen, where you've got apps opened. So I have no idea what it tuned to. That was the craziest thing. I have that happen with the TV all the time, too. The remote will be laying up on the counter, and all of a sudden the TV, both TVs will do it, too. It's just not one TV. The volume will change, or the channel will change on its own. But stuff like that only happens. Sometimes I think, oh, is that in my imagination? But it's not in my imagination. It's when I get upset. and manic. I've always thought it was Brett's spirit or Papa's spirit letting me know they was there or something. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Yes, I'm serious. Yeah, Mamo, that's why I have this. Uh-oh, my feather's gone. Where's my feather? I've lost my feather. Can't find it. Sage. I cleanse my house. And you can buy these on a... someone gave this to me. But Naples Seashell Company, where I order my hermit crabs from, they have these shells. You put you some sage in there. Get you a feather. Open up your window or door. Recite the Lord's Prayer through your house. That's what I do. That's what she told me to do. So, I look into that Wicca and stuff like that. I find that stuff interesting. I've always liked like witches and stuff. I'd love to go to Salem. Oh, Christina, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. I'm just so sorry. I can't imagine that because I have Timothy's my only child too. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'll say extra prayers for you. Yeah, sometimes I thought to myself, I know this sounds crazy, Ebeth, but I have thought to myself, do I make those things happen when I get upset? Let me tell you what else happened to me. I had this old moonshine jug. My hubby said, well, it's old. I said, no. I had this old moonshine jug. I was sitting in this chair outside. I found it in this old abandoned fall down house. He was sitting outside beside of me. I was sitting in this chair on the porch. All of a sudden, it goes, phew. I was like, I mean, it like don't fly up, but it just breaks. You tell me. The glass done that. The globe done that. I didn't have no hot water or nothing. There was no reason. I thought maybe the rice, there was a scientific explanation for that, where it was in that container maybe. Then the other day, my antique candlestick holders, when I walked by, both of them come off the mantle as soon as I walked by. Not like it's like they just slid off and fell, like somebody pushed them. I have an old fireplace mantle from the early 1900s, and I have it like behind my TV, so it kind of looks like it's a shelf, and it's got like old antiques sitting on it. I will, Mel. I read about stuff like that all the time. It's very interesting. I believe in stuff like that. Oh, okay, Herbie. Well, I must be really sensitive because Mary, and she's listening. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Onsome, something like that. She left me a comment this morning, and it was great. It automatically brought tears to my eyes. I had to go refix my makeup. I hadn't done my eye makeup yet, but it messed my foundation up. And I just automatically started crying. It just got to me. I'm just sensitive. Hey, Shug, that's what I think. That's what I think too. I really do. Because it only happens, look at my hair. It only happens when I'm upset, anxious, being upset. You don't believe in it, Tiba? Oh my gosh, I do. I do. One time, when I was at my brother's house, it's after Brett committed suicide. I was in the bathroom fixing my hair, straightening it, and I felt someone standing there. And I looked over, and he was there for a split second. My brother said, oh, you was probably high hallucinating. I was not. I was sober. and wasn't even thinking about that at the time, thinking about him or anything. I was fixing my hair, trying to get ready to go somewhere. And I saw him. And my brother didn't believe me. And my brother saw him too. And I think it's because when I first started dating him, I lived in my brother's trailer. My brother was in jail. And I lived there. And when I met Brett, he would come and hang out with me all the time there. He loved to come there and hang out. I'm with Shug. I think Shug Trotter. Okay, Shug Trotter. It's cool. I believe it's something to do with me when that crap happens. I'm serious. My son will tell you he has witnessed stuff. I told him, I was like, when people get back to normal and quit acting ridiculous, maybe you can come on my live stream and we can do like a question and answer. You know, y'all can ask him questions about me or something. We'll do something. He is so cool. I mean, you can carry on an adult conversation with him about, you know, dinosaurs, politics, anything. I mean, he's fun. Well, let me tell y'all a story. I had a Ouija board. I could make that Ouija board go anywhere with my friend. She was an older friend of mine. Oh, gosh, I got candy on me. And I used to play that Ouija board. That Ouija board told me that I would get pregnant and have a son. It sure did. But I think my life was cursed. One night we played that Ouija board in my apartment. It's right after I left Timothy's dad. Timothy was a baby. I lived in the funeral home apartment. It used to be a funeral home. The police station's on one side, and the apartments at the back used to be where, you know, they work on the bodies and stuff. So I lived there. And one night my brother and some of his friends from another town come there. And we cut the lights off and lit candles and played the Ouija board. And it was talking about some guy in the other town, another town over, it spelled it out too, that had been killed in a car accident. 6 months after that, I met Brett. And 6 weeks later, he killed himself. True story. I think it has something to do with that. If this candy is loud, can y'all tell me? Because I don't want to be one of them people on YouTube. You know, I'm going to take it out of my mouth. I got to get some coffee and get this candy off of me. I think you guys can still hear me. It may break up. It breaks up. I'm sorry. That my son the other night, he's like, I heard stuff all night long. And I was like, no. But I think he did, because I hear stuff all the time. Feel like somebody's behind you when you're vacuuming and stuff. I scare myself though sometimes. Could y'all hear me while I was gone? I need to know. We're testing these earbuds. What programmer using foul language? Well, time them out or delete them or something. Yeah, a little. Okay. Oh, is that what he's talking about? Goodness gracious. You know, I was raised, you don't talk about things like that. You know, you would never hear me say anything about a fart or I don't even talk like that around my head, and neither does he. Yeah, we went to church. We went to revivals. That's what I'm saying. He tried to do good, and he was baptized and saved. I'm baptized. I've been baptized twice. I was baptized when I was 8 years old. I was like a church goer, honey. I went every Wednesday night, every Sunday night, every vacation Bible school, all that, revivals. I still like revivals. And you know what? My mom had started going to church. So she's trying to do better. I noticed yesterday she was like different. She's like laid back and stuff. Oh, Pink sent me that. My mom loved it. I was like, my brother would like that. I was like, Bub would like that, wouldn't he? You know, she's having a time with him. We're scared to death that any day he's going to kill himself with drugs. So, you know. Hey, Pink. Cheers. I also got this she sent me. I need to display it better. Shug, you asked me something about something being a party thing in the comment, and I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. You said, "Is that a party thing?" And I didn't know what you was talking about. Were you talking about this? We're going to use this whenever I get to do trivia. We'll do this in honor of Pink there. She always does it. We'll copycat her just a little bit. Yeah, but she sent that. I love it. Boston. I'm going to set it right there for now. I love that. Hey, Bella. Oh, my God, Bella. Let me read Bella's comment. I hear stuff a lot, too. My house is 116 years old, and my son talks about a man named Daniel who says he lives in a small house behind ours that is not on our land. I am convinced it's haunted. You know, kids are more sensitive. They can see things like that. I'd say he's telling you the truth. I mean, oh, good idea. Good idea. Pink, I'm so, you know how I am, girl. I'm burnt out. Oh, I could never be city-fied, Mel. Never. I'm just too country. I would like to be. I like city folks, the way they act and talk, you know. I told my hubby, I said, you know I talk real country, hillbilly, fine. I said, that used to bother me, but it doesn't seem to bother the people that's in my chat and stuff that I have a real Southern accent. I try to improve on my words. I notice also, instead of saying think, I'll say think. I think I'm going to, instead of saying I think I'm going to. So, you know, I need to improve on that. Oh, thank you, True Crime Truth Finders. You're so cute. You know, True Crime Truth Finders does her channel with her hubby. I think that is so cool. That is so cool. I love your channel. I love it. Oh, thank you, Gisette. Oh, thank you, Carla. Well, I have my bad moments, Carla. I can be a witch sometimes, you know. I think we all can. Oh, I'm going to have to go watch the troll vid. I didn't see that. Ask Marley. Hey, I didn't see you. I'll go back up through the chat backwards. Oh, thank you, Shug. Oh, yeah. Tiva, we was reading an article about Savannah Spurlock. And the fire crew is called Camp Dick Rescue Squad. Yeah. So, because they searched some hikers come upon a cave and they saw like a bag inside the cave and a shoe. So they called 911 thinking it could be something to do with Savannah. And the people that came out there to search, which it wasn't nothing to do with Savannah. There was stuff in the cave, but not not linking it. They didn't link it to Savannah. But the search crew was Camp Dick Rescue Squad. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, Marley. Where is my accent from, Shug? I am a Virginia girl. I'm an Appalachian Mountain girl. See, we don't call it Appalachian Mountains. We call it the Appalachian Mountains here. Everybody mispronounces it. But really, here we call it the Appalachian Mountains, not Appalachian. We say stuff different. I don't know. I guess the right pronunciation is Appalachian, probably. I don't know. Yeah, what Pink thinks when I say P.O. Box. See, I don't usually say it that clear. She thinks I say pillbox. She kept saying why. She kept wondering why my in-laws had my pillbox. Yes, Carla. My papa actually was a trapper. I don't like that. You know, I'm a big animal lover. But back in the 80s, fur coats and stuff was in. But my papa was also one of those people that respected animals, and he did not poach or do anything he wasn't supposed to. But he would trap like a fox. And one time he fed a dead possum to the 2 hogs that he had. And my granny was so mad because my granny's like a clean freak, germaphobe and stuff. And, you know, they killed the hogs to have sausage and stuff. And she didn't want it eating that nasty possum. I mean, he did that. But I have went with him many times to sell his furs. I know I've watched him skin animals and stretch them up on the thing. I could never do that now. I was just little. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Yeah, Tiva, I wish Savannah could be found too. Oh, thanks, Shug. You're so sweet. I like you. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm good at shooting a bow and arrow. Like, I can outshoot just about any guy around here, to be honest with you. And I went hunting one time, and it was doe season, of course. And here comes this big doe. And I drawed back, and I could not shoot her. And they said, oh, you can never go hunting with us again. You could have had first kill of the season. No, I could not do that. I could not do it. So I just like to shoot the bow and arrow at the target. Archery, I guess you call it. I was so good at one time. I still shoot, but I've not shot in a couple months. I was so good back a couple months. Well, I guess it was last winter. I could hit a matchbook on like the deer decoy. It's about the only thing I've ever been good at besides talking, you know, shooting a bow and arrow. Oh, my God, Mel. I've ate squirrel before, girl, with my papa when I was little. You know, I was right beside his side. Anything he ate and stuff, I would do too because, you know, I lost him. Carly, there's nothing wrong with hunting, only, you know, if you do it for food. But people that just killed, because it had a big rack on its head, a lot of horns, you know, killing those bucks. I don't like that. Crap, I got deer in my yard every morning, at least 5 or 6 of them or more. There's a mom and her baby out there, I know. And every morning, every evening, I got raccoons. The bear was out here the other day. Couldn't get him on video. I've ate duck before, XOMOs. I can't kill nothing, Carla, either. Hell, I try to make friends with the bear out there. I got his video up. I got him out here one day. I'll get him again. I'm going to see if he's grown. Tastes like chicken. You know, That hubby of mine brought me a chicken sandwich the other day. I said, why did you do this for? I feel like I'm a cannibal because of Sonny. I can't eat chicken. Sonny on the porch. That's just not right. He said, a cannibal. I said, yeah, Sonny's part of my family. I ate the chicken, but I felt guilty. I think Sonny knows when I eat chicken because every time I go out there, he gets real cocky with me. Every time I eat chicken, maybe he can smell it. Yeah, Pink. I don't like that hunting for sport. And I definitely don't like those people that go over there and want to kill tigers and lions for trophies and rhinos. And God, that makes me so freaking mad when those rich guys, they pay a lot of money to go over there to Africa or wherever and kill lions and stuff. It's just ridiculous. They killed Cecil the lion, didn't they? Yeah, they killed Cecil the lion. This one guy did. I believe he was a dentist. Oh my gosh, that gets me mad. Oh, Christina, we love you. I'll say a prayer for you. I'm so sorry again. You're going through that. Well, come and talk to us tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be on. Take your mind off of it. We'll talk with you. Email me if you want to. We talk privately. Oh, I'm sorry, Carla. She got a pet chicken. Or him, her. Yeah, it upsets me too. And another thing that upsets me is the orcas. Now, I watched, gosh, what is that girl's name? I think it's Marianne. I don't know. She done a video about blackfish, about orcas. It was a great video. One of the best videos I've seen on YouTube in a long time. And she had parts on there, doctors talking about how when they take these orcas from the wild, it affects their family structure. A boy orca will stay with his mother until she dies, just a few feet from her. And they do not breed with their family, the male orcas. They're taught that. They have to go outside to do that. They can't do it with their relatives. That's how orcas operate. And when you take them and put them in captivity, and then there's orcas born in captivity, they don't learn all that stuff. They don't learn that, you're not supposed to inbreed. Orcas are very intelligent. I could talk about orcas all day. Christina lost her son, and tomorrow's his birthday. I think I got that right. I think she said tomorrow. Oh, really? Pink? Jimmy John's a lion killer? They killed Cecil the lion, and he was supposed to be in a protected, area. And then that caused another lion to kill Cecil's son, because when the leader gets wiped out in the pride, if another dominant lion comes in, it'll kill the bloodline of the previous ones. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So that happened with Cecil's son. And then I think there was another lion killed. I might have the stories kind of a little bit mixed up. But I don't know what this crap is. Let's remove it. I don't know what that means, so we'll delete it. Here, guys, I'll remove it. I have no idea what that means. If I can't read it, it has to go. Because it could mean something bad. I don't know. Yeah, they don't eat there. Well, I mean, it's up to you if you do, but he's a lion killer. I can't believe that. Oh, my goodness. I've never ate there, though, so. Yeah, God did create the animals to, provide for us. But, it's like the Indians. They respected animals. If they killed something, they just didn't take one thing like the horns or the fur. They used all of it, and they respected animals. There's some people that just have no respect and love for animals. They don't respect them. That's awful. And I love rhinos, Pink. I hate for people go hunt them for their horns and stuff. And elephants, I am an elephant lover. I have been an elephant lover since I was little. I've rode on an elephant before when I was little, but I do not agree with that. I was about 8 years old. I do not agree with that. Making them walk around like that, putting chains on them, putting seats on them so stupid humans can ride them. Makes me so mad. I love elephants. I watched this documentary, this elephant, he had been in captivity all his life and been chained. And this woman that's got this sanctuary for elephants, she finally talked that guy into letting her have that elephant. And it was so amazing when he took his steps without that chain on. And he followed her up the road to her sanctuary because it wasn't far away from her. I don't support the circuses either. Elephants are such majestic creatures. I just love them. I had this little elephant stuffed animal when I was little. I had a fascination with elephants and dinosaurs when I was little. Oh, hey, Lexus. Oh, you're talking to Mel. Okay. Yeah, ask Marley. I don't either. I took my son to the circus when he was little, and I talked to the guy. Y'all know how I am. I don't care to approach someone, talk to them. There was the cage with 3 white lions, or tigers, 3 white tigers. And I was asking him about them. He said he fed them raw chicken. But they were so hot. And they was in like his little cart, with bars. And they were so hot. And there was flies flying around them. And I questioned the crap out of that guy. I bet he was like, God almighty. She's crazy. I once questioned a guy, too, about his little spider monkeys he had chained up together. I told him I didn't agree with that. I know they had to get away, but the way he had it done, you shouldn't even have things like that. I'm really against taking things from the wild. If I had have known that hermit crabs were taken from the wild, I never would have gotten them, ever. And they can't have babies in captivity. They can, but they have to lay their eggs in the ocean. And it's an elaborate setup to hatch their eggs out. I think it's been done like once or twice. Yeah, shucks. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, getting one that's, born into captivity, rescuing it. There's nothing wrong with that. You need to go to Charlie, the marmoset. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, just block him, guys. Just block him. Goodness gracious. Okay, he's blocked. Okay. Y'all did it for me. I'm slow. Y'all fast, mods. Y'all are fast. Oh, people are so rude. I'm going to pray for him. Let me write him on my prayer list here. He's probably just a little kid. And pray for you, honey, so you won't do things like this anymore. Oh, my goodness, guys. Well, it's been a good chat. I'm going to get off here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And thank you again, Carla Marie, for the super chat. I love you, girl. I love all y'all. Hey, there was Cheryl. I didn't see you, Cheryl. I'm so sorry. Anybody that's new that comes into the chat, I have problems with my eyes. I don't deliberately ignore anyone. Hey, there's Sam. See, I didn't even, if I seen her, I don't remember. Love Hollister's awesome. She is. She's a nice person. Okay, guys, I'm off here. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. Thank you for your support and your encouraging comments. I love y'all's comments. They help me so much. They really do. I just want y'all to know that. Hey, there's Water Ski. Oh, I'm leaving and she's coming in. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Bye. Email me if you need something. I'll put my email in. Well, let me spell Gmail. Fantasy. Yeah, Cheryl, I'm sorry I missed you, sweetheart. If that ever happens, I don't do stuff like that on purpose. Most of the people that's been with me for a while, they all know that. I miss them all the time. So most of the time, if you use an emoji, I can see it. There's something, I'm going to have to go to the eye doctor or give me some new reading glasses one. Anyways, bye, guys. Have a blessed day.